All right, all right, all right, all right, gentlemen. Roach MGTOW Soldier in the house once again. Gentlemen, I'm sorry, but I had a few other videos I wanted to put on a couple days back, and what I do is I actually listen to my videos before I put them on, so this way I can figure out if they're appropriate or not enough, so I don't have to go to YouTube jail or anything like that. So the last two videos that I did that was supposed to be for the last 2 days wasn't appropriate, so I had to come up with something a little bit more different because I don't want to go to YouTube jail. Well, anyway, gentlemen, the things I want to talk about go way beyond MGTOW, and was the last two videos I was trying to put out, and I want to be a little bit softer about it, so this way it doesn't offend anybody in any way, shape, or form. Because nowadays a lot of people are butthurt. I know you MGTOW guys ain't butthurt. I know you're not butthurt like the rest, but I'm talking about these incels that are butthurt. We're kind of like a shade of gray there. You know what I'm saying? You can only say so much before someone actually gets butthurt. All right. Now, it's a good thing what happened in Virginia, kind of. Virginia actually spoke up for what they wanted out of out of everything. But it didn't, nothing happened there. There's a big nothing burger. They went up there, they rallied practically for something, but for nothing. They got nothing out of it. They rallied for something, but they didn't get anything out of it. Because they still crammed that bill down. They still crammed that bill anyway. And now it's at the Senate. Whether or not the bill's going to pass or not, no one really knows, because it's like up in the air right now, because the Senate hasn't made a decision or a vote on it yet. I'm imagining it's probably going to be a lot worse than what it's supposed to be. Oh, well, not what it's supposed to be, but it's going to be pretty bad either way. Now Arizona is doing this thing where they're just plain tyrannical and saying, no, we're just gonna out and just take everything. We don't give a shit what you think. And I think it's this Bloomberg asshole, which is rallying, and he's putting a bunch of money into this. He's invested so much money into this that he's trying to get this shit passed right now. He's trying to get everything passed everywhere. Now, I haven't really heard anything about Ohio, but then again, you don't really hear anything about your own state unless it's right out there and in your face. Which in this case, I don't know anything about Ohio yet. But I heard that a lot of these other states are, especially there's 8 states that are actually saying that they're going to null and void it. All this gun control shit, they're going to null and void it. I don't remember which ones. I didn't write them down. But all I know is it's like in the middle of and down south. Eastern and right in the middle, in the central area. There's 8 states that are saying, "The hell with this! You guys ain't doing. No, we're not following suit. This is stupid. It's against the Second Amendment, and it's stupid. There ain't no reason for it, because you're gonna still, bad guys are still gonna have guns, Why take it away from the good people that know how to use the guns and actually can defend themselves and their families?" I know this ain't particularly about MGTOW, but this is something that's been bothering me, and I want to get it off my chest because I think it's ridiculous, and they are ramping things up in 2020, because you got Agenda 2020, you got Agenda 2030 coming up. That's 10 years away, gentlemen. 10 years away. It's not looking good for the home team, guys. It's nearly not. Especially if you're one of them guys that like to protect yourself and be able to carry a firearm with you. Which you should be able to do in the first place. Nothing applied here. You should be able to just carry it and not have an issue. Because it says so on the amendments, it shall not be infringed. It's set in stone. Shall not be infringed. Seems like the laws are written by people, but the amendments were written by people too. But the amendments were supposed to be more solid and stable. Like all these laws that these people are making, like all these people that are making the laws, these new laws and everything like this. It says right there, all laws are null and void. We don't obey, we don't have to obey those. But now society has labeled us to obey those laws, like paying taxes. Technically, we shouldn't have to pay taxes. You know, we shouldn't have to pay them. And, you know, even the IRS is like, well, I mean, yeah, you should pay them, but you know, they have to admit to it. You know, like, oh yeah, well, you're technically you're not obligated to pay taxes. So where does this make any sense? You know what I'm saying? Where does this make any sense? On the last side of the news, I did post out some of the Mustang videos that I took pictures of my car from before and after and stuff like that, and I did get that fixed. It does look really good. I mean, the paint is iffy. It's the right color. It's just the paint is a little bit lighter than the rest of the paint. I guess they did something to it when they painted it. I mean, they made it just a little bit darker than the rest because it's a little bit lighter in the bumper. But all in all, it looks pretty goddamn good. Now, there's also some other things. Now, with these 8 states that are actually saying, to hell with all you putting bills in to take people's gun rights away, we don't know how far that's going to go because they already done and tried that a couple of years back and it didn't fly. It didn't fly at all. You know, the people in Congress didn't want that. They didn't want that. The bill didn't go through. Or it's going to be one of those things where they're saying, hey, we're separate from you all. This is it. This is all set in stone. We're all separate from you. We're not going to obey what you want. And that's the way it should be. The states should say, hey, enough is enough. We're not doing this because you want us to. You know. But they're all on the same team. You know, how you gonna we the people, how is we the people supposed to even remotely make a smudge in all of this when it doesn't matter what we think or what we do? It doesn't matter. That's proof point right there. In Virginia, that was proof point right there that it didn't matter what the people did. They still tried to pass it through anyway. So it didn't really matter. Doesn't matter what we the people think. They're still going to pass something through, whether you like it or not. Sorry about that. My cat, she's kind of doing the heat thing. So, well, anyway, gentlemen, what do you guys think about all this? Do you think we should actually stand up as Americans and get something done? Rather peaceful or not? I mean, because the way I look at it is, I mean, it's going to come down to the brass tacks here, where people are going to only take so much before they snap. Now, I really don't want to see that. Not in my lifetime. I really don't want to see that, to be honest with you. But at the same time, something needs to get done about all this. Because once they take that Second Amendment away from us, there are no more amendments. All the rest of the amendments are null and void. Which the amendments say that laws are all null and void. So which one do you go after? You know, you go after the one that's been written in 1776. You know, because it's old and it's outdated. No, it's not old and outdated. It shouldn't be, because that's what we've been living off of for the last what, 300-400 years now, and it's never really caused any problems until politicians got a hold of it and started fucking wiping their ass with it. I don't even think it really is the politicians either. I think they're just now being let off their leashes. They don't have strings anymore. They're getting away with everything now. They can do this. To see how many people are going to actually stand up and say, "Hey, wait a minute, this guy can't do this. It's against the Constitution. You can't do that." No one's been called. You see, that's the thing that's crazy about it is, no one's been really called out for this. Not that I've seen. Now, I've seen a couple of places where they go and they raise stink up and say, "Hey, look, this is wrong. You can't be doing this. We don't want you here no more. We want you out. No one voted you in the first place. You just came here and decided that you had the most money, so now you're a number one man. I didn't vote for you." You know? Whatever happened to that one guy from Virginia getting outed? He was supposed to get outed. They wanted him gone. They wanted him gone for good. But that didn't happen. He's still there. He's still there, being tyrannical as ever. And don't think that that Trump is a savior either, because he ain't any better than the rest of them. And don't get me wrong, I don't have nothing against Trump, nor do I have anything bad to say about the guy. But the only thing that pisses me off about him is he wanted to get rid of due process, take the guns first, and then ask the questions later. He wanted to get rid of all due process. So he's all for the red flag laws. You can't trust anybody that's going to take some kind of right away from you. You can't trust anybody. That's 90% of all the bullshit and the whole ball of wax. Yeah, gentlemen, I'm going to try to enjoy myself and try to drink a couple beers. And last night I did a bunch of laundry last night, so it kept me awake, and I didn't get to go. I didn't get up until like almost 2:00 in the afternoon, and I had to be there at 1:30. But I made it in time, you know, because as long as I punch in by 2:15, I'm okay, you know. So I had plenty of time to do what I had to do. All right, sorry about that, gentlemen. I had to put the cat somewhere else. It's driving me nuts. Honestly, I really don't know what to think about all this because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, do I think there should be some crazy individuals that shouldn't be carrying a gun? Well, yeah, everybody thinks that, but that's neither here nor there. You know? I mean, back out in the Wild West, a lot of these people that were crazy nutbags, usually the ones that got shot first, you know? Usually they're the ones that fucking got killed first before everybody else did, you know? Because people weren't taking that shit back in those days. People in those days, man, you crazy nutball, you better relax that trigger finger there, otherwise you're going to get blown away. 9 times out of 10, boom, it was justified. The guy was crazy, fucking pulled a gun on me, I blew his head off, you know? And that's the way it was back in the Old West, man. It's, you know, that's the way it should be now. I mean, with a more civilized take to it. I'm not saying just go out and blow some. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that back then, that's the way it was. There was true justice out there back then, and that's why right now here in the United States we got overpopulation right now. I think, to be honest with you, I think there's a lot of idiot nitwits and assholes in this fucking country. Dumb as fucking box of rocks, man. And this is what we got because there's no justice no more. The only justice we got nowadays is wrongly accused people half the time, and then the other half are just fucking guilty as whatever, and they're there for that particular reason. I say a little bit more over half people are fucking wrongly convicted anymore because they didn't do their fucking shit right. I had a buddy of mine, he got wrongly convicted. It was all hearsay, too. It was all hearsay. I'm not going to say what he went down for, but it was all hearsay. And he spent fucking 5 years of his life in prison. Over a chick. Over a chick, mind you. Because all she had to do was call the old 911. Well, she didn't even call 911. She just filed a false report against him. He got sent up the hill and got sent up the river. The crazy thing about it is all she had to do was have somebody else, convince somebody else to say that, yeah, he did it. You know? I mean, it's fucked up. That's another thing. That's another thing with these women. The false accusations. I seen it for myself. Because I've known this guy for years. I've known this guy for fucking years. Guy's never been in prison in his entire life. Oh, sure, he's probably been to jail a few times for stupid shit. Everybody has. But it's all it took, man. It's all it fucking took. I know for a fact he didn't do it. I know for a fact he didn't do it. I know this guy too fucking well. Look, I've known the guy for 30 fucking years. Hell, he's the same guy that hooked me up with this guy with the bumper. He's the same guy. I said, hey, I know this guy, man. I know this cat, man. Just go to him. He'll fucking hook you up. Needless to say, I never really talked about it with him because I don't think I want to bring that up with him. Because I think he's already done and suffered enough for it. So I never brought it back up. But I heard some things through the grapevine, and then even the lady herself said that, oh yeah, he's innocent. We just did that on purpose just to get rid of him. I'm like, why didn't you just break up with the guy? So you ruined this guy's fucking life because you didn't want to be with him anymore. I mean, why didn't you just break up with the motherfucker? Oh, you thought it'd be easier to put him in prison for 5 fucking years and fucking crush his life? And then when he gets out, he's a felon now? Fucking scandalous fucking black-hearted women, dude. I got nothing more to say about that. I think that's a little bit on the retarded side, to be honest with you. Because it's messed up. It's messed up. Because it could happen to anybody. It could happen to you. It could happen to me. You know. It could happen to anybody. Even being MGTOW could happen to you too, man. You can just walk by somebody. Brush up against somebody. Oh, you're a felon. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it is in these ninny states. I mean, I live in Ohio. That's a ninny state too. Shit, they'll take anything over the woman and over what the man says. Any day of the fucking week. I got lucky. The only reason I got lucky is because she had the hammer in her hand. If she didn't have that hammer in her hand, you know, I'd be going up the hill right now. I'd been in jail for practically nothing. A felon. Disorderly conduct or something stupid. They like passing out felonies like candy to men. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to get off here. Roach MGTOW Soldier in the house once again. I love you all. Peace and hoorah! Gentlemen, stay safe. I love y'all.